This one is quite uncommon. We've said many times that whenever somebody travels forward into the future, it doesn't change the timeline in any way because they aren't changing anything that's already happened. They're just moving forward in time at a faster rate than everybody else. The future hasn't been determined yet, therefore them traveling to the future doesn't change anything. In a pre-written future timeline system, this is not true. When a timeline has a pre-written future, what that means is that the future has already been pre-written. It's already been decided what's going to happen in the future. If you traveling forward in time was not accounted for when writing that future, you traveling forward in time triggers a change in the timeline. Now, this may seem inconsistent, and that's because it is. In the multiverse, some timeline systems operate on contradictory principles. However, they do it in a manner that is still self-consistent. Logically, if somebody travels into the future, they should be missing for the duration of period that they skip, which should then allow history to play out however it's going to play out. A pre-written future doesn't always follow that logic, but it does so consistently and reliably. Here are some examples. Normally, when you travel to the future in a branching timeline system, nothing happens and you're missing for the duration you skip. However, in a pre-written future version, if traveling forward in time creates a branch. In a dynamic timeline that has a pre-written future, you will travel forward to see a future where things played out as if you never left, and your actions may or may not change it, and then you can also go back and rewrite that future based on the knowledge that you have of the future. A fragile timeline operating under this system will experience temporal stress from you jumping forward in time, whereas normally it wouldn't experience any temporal stress. In a multiverse timeline system, traveling forward in time typically would not have any reaction. However, if it is a pre-written future, it will have some sort of reaction. Overall, this is just a question of, does traveling forward in time have a significant impact on the timeline? However, this is not an entirely new timeline system. It's more of a sub-rule that can apply to pretty much any timeline system.